Now this is the Cobra Viper we've been waiting for. Welcome to GI Reviews. I'm your host, The Ruckus, and I am very elated to present to you guys the G.I. Joe Classified Series retro carded Cobra Viper. Yes, indeed, if I'm sounding kind of excited, that's because this is definitely one of my favorite releases to date, and not simply because it's a Viper, but it's because it's the Viper, if you know what I'm saying. This is the Viper that most G.I. Joe heads, including this one who came very late to the party, has wanted. This is the way how the Cobra Viper is supposed to look, and we finally got it. It's amazing how we get the regular releases of characters in the classified line, and they initially come out not as we recognize them, remember them, envision them, what have you. And but we get it because we want that character, and eventually we hope, at least, and it's been coming to pass, eventually we will get said character in the way we expected it to be in the first place. And that has never been more true than right now with the Cobra Viper, for sure. This figure is dope. And I mean, I, of course, to loosen the joints, messed with the one I've got open, but it isn't just that. It is the loadout, and we'll go over that momentarily. It's just, I haven't even done the review, and you hear me fawning all over it. I'm almost embarrassed, but because I love it so much, I am not. You're going to have to deal with me fawning over it. So let me move my loose figure off so we can turn the card to the rear. And you could see the other two figures that came with this particular, we'll call it wave of retro figures. Dr. Mindbender, who we reviewed last time, which was also a reissue. Most of the time, the retro carded figures are reissues, and if not, in fact, all the time. And of course, we've got Rock and Roll there in the center, also a reissue, repaint, whatever. But once again, you know, the retros, they're the way to go, apparently. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, anyway, we get a little bit of information for the Viper. The role is the Cobra Infantry, which is crazy because they have infantry soldiers and troopers as well. Cobra Vipers are the backbone of the Cobra Legions. They are highly motivated, superbly trained, and formidably equipped. If you want to get anywhere in Cobra, you start at the bottom as a Viper. Cobra doesn't reward success with parades and medals. They offer material wealth, power, and an outlet for terrible urges. So that's how it goes down for being a Cobra Viper. I have to admit, though, I'm kind of confused. I kind of sort of thought that becoming a Viper was like an upgrade, a promotion, you know, and you're not starting at the bottom. I thought being in the infantry or a trooper was starting at the bottom, but shows you what I know. So we're going to try something new and different when it comes to showcasing the loadout. So we're going to try to play it like this now, trying to clean up my act, so to speak, if you know what I mean. So we'll have them laid out. And this is a retro card figure. Keep that in mind and look at all that we get here. This is definitely a whole lot more than we got in the original iteration of the Cobra Viper. And I'm sure you guys remember those dark days. The original Cobra Viper was part of the Cobra Island, Operation Cobra Island, I think it was called, Target exclusive. And that was living hell trying to get those figures for most. I was very fortunate. I can't even front. I can't even jump on the victim bandwagon. I was a whole lot more fortunate than most. I managed to get, I want to say, 5 of them in stores where it was near impossible for people to get them. And I was just lucking out. It was during the bug season, and I was working from home, and I was able to go out and get them while everybody else was doing their thing. I just lucked up big time. One time I lucked up and got 2. So, there you have it. But anyway, I digress. I'm taking forever to get really rolling into this review. I'm already 5 minutes in. For that, I apologize. Hopefully, you guys are still rocking with me. Anyway, here we go. As most of you that have been rocking with me know, that I'm not up on my weapons. I know that's sad considering that I'm a Marine, former Marine. I usually just say Marine. But anyway, we have our long range weapon with scope. We've got removable magazine and suppressor. We've got our sidearm. I want to say it's a Desert Eagle, but once again, I'm not even going to try to act like I know what I'm talking about. You guys help a brother out in the comments below. You weapons oriented guys, you know your weapons, let me know. And we've got this little doozy here. Also, the magazine is removable. We've got the goggles that every iteration of the Viper has come with. We've got the backpack, once again, every iteration of the Viper has come with. Here's something crazy new. And I don't mean just for the Viper, or, this is for classified series in general. We have extra hands. That is unheard of. We got a right pointer, left grasper, and a pair of fists. So nice, so nice. And of course, because this is the retro series, we also get the stand, Cobra stand there that comes with all Cobra related figures with the retro card. And of course, the G.I. Joe logo comes with the Yo Joers. And so now finally we can check out the figure itself, Cobra Viper retro style. And out of packaging, looks even better than in packaging. We have a load of differences with this figure versus the other iterations of the Cobra Viper. And what's so funny is, after the hell that we went through to get the Viper mission Cobra Island, or whatever it was called, Operation Cobra Island, one of those titles, and we went through so much hell getting those, it was almost laughable when about 2 or 3 years later they released an exclusive 3-pack with 2 Vipers and a Viper officer. So, that was cool. And, people were able to get a Viper, a couple Vipers and an officer if they missed out. And most likely many did. So that was good that they got that. But it was still essentially based off of the Target exclusive version, only they had better loadouts. The Target exclusive version only came with a long-range weapon, a sidearm, the goggles, a neckerchief, and the backpack. And strangely enough, with the loadout that this guy has, he didn't come with the neckerchief, the bandana. But that's a small loss compared to what we got in return. What we got was mostly those accessories. They were also part of that 3-pack loadout too, ×3. So that was pretty good. And even that 3-pack didn't come with additional hands. So this retro carded version is all that. But you guys may as well just batten down the hatches. Obviously, there's going to be a longer review because I'm just fawning over this and haven't really gotten into anything. Well, I did go through the loadout, so that's something. But this guy, going over the changes, what we see here, obviously the immediate change is the paint apps. The blue is more accurate to what we know of the Cobra Viper, and we've got the reds going down the sides of the legs and on the inseam as well. This version of the Cobra Viper has got rolled up sleeves or short sleeves possibly, and we also have the gauntlets on the forearms. They're actually loose and not actually, looking like they're part of the uniform in terms of connected to the sleeves. We've got the red hands, or they would be gloves, whereas all the other iterations of the Viper, the gloves were black. And we've got different boots down below from the past versions of the Viper. So, yeah, pretty different. The grenades on the chest there, the left side of the chest, are different kinds of grenades than what the first Viper and the 3-pack Vipers came with. These are fragmentation grenades for sure. The grenades we got with the first and second/third versions of the Viper, those were more gas-oriented type of grenades. Now you see, that I do know from my combat training in the Marines. So at least I know something. So give me some flowers there, for sure. Turning him to the rear, if there's anything different there, it's just his vest, and he does have a flashlight back there, and Hasbro was kind enough to paint the lens of the flashlight so we can actually discern that it is. We've got paint right there on the belt, which is a Cobra logo. Of course, we got the Cobra logo up there. We've got red paint for the buckles of the vest. That's for sure. And the vest, by the way, as I bring him up, the vest is thinner than what we got originally. They've done that most recently. Any of the figures that come with vests, those vests have been a thinner plastic, so you get a little better movement out of that torso area. So that's also a good thing. In terms of, speaking of movement, that movement, the head is on a dumbbell. You can look down that far. You're going to have difficulty kind of sort of looking up because it's a dumbbell, but also because of the helmet. It's that nature, since it's a little bit bigger than what a head would be, it's being stymied by the rear, of course, with that collar too. You get very little pivot. You can 360 it. In terms of the shoulders, you get your T-pose. There are butterfly joints for this guy. And because of the vest not being as thick, you get more range going back. And then in terms of crossing, you're not going to cross because the vest is going to interfere some kind of way. So this is what you get in terms of trying to come together with the arms. You've got the bicep swivel. We've got double jointed elbows. And here's another difference. The joints, both with the elbows and the knees, are pinless. So that's pretty cool. We've got the rotating wrist, and they, of course, hinge vertically, as befits having trigger hands. The chest here, the torso, the midsection, I should say, is on a ball joint. So you're going to get your 360 that way. You're going to get your left and right that way, and your back that far, and your forward that far, which is a whole lot better than you would get with the first two versions of the Viper because of the vest. You know, it's not that the figure itself was lacking in that department. It's just that the vest was hindering. In terms of the hips, you split up that much, they do drop down, as you see right there. You can kick 90, go back a fair amount because of those drop downs. You've got the thigh cut. You've got double jointed knees, as you see that right there. You've got a swivel at the boot. You can point the toe that far forward, that far up. You've got ankle pivot, and there are holes at the bottom of the feet. So our guy is on and cracking. I am definitely feeling this figure. In fact, despite the fact you already heard me down on myself and said I had 5 of the original. I've got 5 of the original. I've got three packs of the exclusive. And you already saw that I've got 2 of these guys. I'm going to get more. This is definitely worth the double dip, obviously, but even more to the point, it's worth on me building this version of the Cobra Viper. Here's our Viper loaded out. Basically, of course, he also has the Long Ranger with the suppressor and the scope. But since they had that molded in the crazy looking gray, I love the weapon, but the gray, I don't get it. But that's why I went with this particular weapon and using the grasper. And that's what I love also about with these extra hands, that we got the pointer, of course, and that grasper makes it look more realistic when gripping the weapon. And now I've been talking about him. It's time to show him off next to our retro, which is center stage. And he is draped with, on our left, the original, and here's the full title, Special Missions Cobra Island, Target exclusive Viper that kicked all of this off. Yes, indeed. And so you see the differences right there. And then a few years later, we got the exclusive, I believe it's Amazon exclusive 3-pack. And it came with 2 Vipers and a Viper officer. I didn't break out the officer because it's definitely going to have different deco, and it's an officer. These are the, as the back of the packaging stated, they're at the bottom. So this is what we got. And here on our right is the trooper, or the bottom Viper, if you will. And you see the different color decos. The definitely we've got more of a reddish brown for the trim and the forearm gauntlets, and you can see both of the versions draping the retro have the bandanas, whereas the retro doesn't have bandanas. Despite that sizable loadout, it didn't come with a bandana, which is it's weird to me. But like I said, the lack of it is a small price to pay considering what type of layout we did get. So what can I say about the G.I. Joe Classified Series Retro Card Cobra Viper that I haven't already said ad nauseum in this review? Nothing more. Nothing more need be said. This figure is bananas to me. You guys let me know what you think about it in the comment section below, but I'm loving it. The loadout is great. You see, I added a blast effect. I forgot to mention that all of the weapons have ports, so you can put in effects to make them, more dynamic with your displays. So you do have that too. Once again, the loadout is great. We get the weapons, 3 weapons, the backpack, the goggles. And we also get 2 sets of hands, as well as the obligatory stand that comes with all the retro carded figures. It's the way how we wanted Viper from the get-go. We finally got it, and I am happy. You guys already know I've got 2. I am going to get a couple more, at least a couple more, And yeah, I've got a Viper party going for sure. Anyway, let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think about this figure compared to the other versions? What do you think about that? On his own as a standalone, what do you think about that? And if you are feeling this figure, are you getting it? And are you going to get more than one? And if you're getting more than one, how many do you think you're going to get? Let me know in the comment section below. Yes, indeed. You know what to do down there. Like, share, subscribe, the whole nine. And yeah, GI reviews, guys. Cobra Viper, G.I. Joe Classified Series, retro. Very nice. I'm out. Take care.